This is Mark bringing you a further message from the Starborn project. In this, our fifth installation, we will continue exploring meditation and major stages or signposts along the way. We can think of meditation in two broad categories: concentration and contemplation. Suppose we are meditating on a wall that has hundreds of dots. In concentration, we focus on a single dot to the exclusion of all else. By intensely concentrating, self merges and identifies with the object of focus, in this case, the single dot. Concentration gives way naturally to contemplation as we soften our focus and include all of the dots. As the mind quiets in contemplation, subtler dimensions of awareness arise, transforming who we think we are. We can break down stages of meditation in many ways. Indeed, there are different schools of thought where stages are broken down to as few as 2 and as many as 32. For our purposes, we will break the stages down into 4 main stages. It is important to keep in mind that these stages are just a way to compile and explain categories of experience that are quite impossible to express with language. The 4 stages we will discuss are peace, interdependence, absorption, and ascendance. Stage 1, peace. One of the first things we realize as we meditate is that chatter dominates our mind. It is surprising how many thoughts, images, fantasies, notions, ideas, and concepts dominate our consciousness, and how profoundly these influence us. Meditation is like being at the movies. We watch mind stuff arise and parade about on the screen of our mind. As we learn to meditate, we begin to observe impartially and with equanimity. As we impartially witness mind stuff, we free ourselves of its influences. Peace is the first milestone of meditation. It is with an equanimous mind that our normal sense of self passes and we become aware of our interdependent nature. Another way to look at it is that as our sense of identity expands, it embraces the universe. We rise above the isolated mind and body and find a larger identity with nature, multidimensional being, and the multiverse. This is an unmistakable experience of peace. This is the beginning of transcendence, of finding our way home. In this stage, we gain a first realization of our unity with the radiant ocean of light. This is shunyata. In Zen, this is kensho. Feelings of gratitude and devotion arise. It may be devotion to spirit, to Christ, Buddha, Krishna, or devotion to all living beings. This devotion arises from the depths of our being, and we naturally realize that our purpose is to be of service. Interdependence, stage 2. As we transcend the idea of an isolated and individual body-mind, we sense and experience the radiant ocean of light. This experience transcends all appeals to religion, science, or philosophy. This is an experience of brilliance and clarity. We experience the connecting radiance of pure being. It is beyond the existential, beyond the psychic, and beyond universal identity. At this point, we begin to identify with the radiant ocean of light itself. The light shines like 1,000 suns. It is overwhelming, empowering, transforming, all-pervasive. This is what philosophers call the numinous nature of being. The actual experience varies from person to person, but you can use the experience I share with you to help you understand it. While doing a breathing meditation, my idea of self expands to include a larger self. I see self as an emanation of multidimensional being that lives in a higher dimension. This being transcends our 3-dimensional world, even as I exist within it. Self dissolves into a blue being of radiant light, in a pan-galactic experience of ecstasy and love. All lifetimes occur in the ever-present now. This multidimensional blue being, of which I am just a small part, is only marginally separate from the radiant ocean of light, and though a sense of separateness still exists, it is not possible to see where the radiant ocean of light ends and I begin. Absorption, stage 3. I am witnesses everything arising in the mind and enters a profound state of non-manifestation. Experienced as profound, numinous stillness, it is radical emptiness, brilliant formlessness, without distracting objects. All is one with a fullness that transcends all worlds, all dimensions, all time, and all history. Existence is perfectly full and perfectly empty. The separate self is absorbed. Ideas of a separate formless God and a separate universe of form disappear. All ideas disappear. Absorption is to be aware and at the same time to be in a kind of dreamless sleep. Self and God merge like pixels in the radiant ocean of light. Words fail in the same way the color blue raises no image to a person who has never seen it. Ascendant, stage 4. When mind is absorbed, we do not notice a world of form. Entering a non-dual stage of awareness, the manifest and unmanifest are integrated. We experience emptiness as form and form as emptiness. This means that we are the things that arise, endure, and pass, and at the same time, we are the radiant ocean of light from which form arises. For the sake of explanation, we enter this state. However, there was never a time that we were separate from it. There is no such state to enter. We recognize our being as both the formless ocean and the crashing wave. For example, I am meditating at 14,000 feet in the Himalayas. I am surrounded by snow-covered mountains that are all above 20,000 feet. I am alone in one of the most remote and beautiful corners of the world. I listen to the wind. I listen to the chill in my body. I listen to the sunshine. I listen to the thoughts and feelings of peace as they arise and pass. And energy erupts within like a volcano, and I see all as mind stuff. The radiant ocean of light is brighter than the sun. It is pure being. The idea of me dissolves like pixels into the light, and I am no more. Yet there is a perceiver oneness to the radiant ocean of light and the physical universe. The physical universe is light, inseparable and permeated by the radiant ocean of light. There never has been anything but light, and the universe is like a sea foam interpenetrated by light, floating on the radiant ocean of light. If you enjoyed this video, you might also enjoy my book, Starborn Arising. It's available at Amazon, Kindle, and Barnes & Noble. This is Mark from the Starborn Project, wishing you well and peace.